It's the Hip Hop School.
It's that time.
Past and present podcast.
It's that time.
All regions stand up.
On your feet.
North, South,
Everywhere.
East,
Where you at?
and West,
Huh?
Midwest.
You
Where you
know
at?
the rule.
Act a fool. You gotta be tight with your tool when you go to the Hip Hop School. Be grown in the ground called Primo Fur and Deja Rude, child. Get out your feelings, you get booed at the Hip Hop School. You know the rule. Act a fool. You gotta be tight with your tool when you go to the Hip Hop School. Near can't be mad, cause you got swag and easy cool. Bitch, I'm a motherfucking problem, knowledge rule at the Hip Hop School. You know the rule. Act a fool. You gotta be tight with your tool when you go to the Hip Hop School. Can't look like that, come into some got artifacts. The truth is cool, but that's just fuel at the Hip Hop School. Past and present.
And present.
Yes, indeed. Amen. Say amen. Thank y'all for joining us tonight for another episode of Hip Hop School, Past and Present. I am your girl, Asia, the assistant principal. We have Supreme Rod down here in the bottom somewhere. I ain't got my compass all the way together, but we got Supreme Rod down here at the bottom, which is the principal. We have your boy Heezy, which is the dean of hip hop. And we also have down below Brother Truth, the agriculture teacher, for all of your greenery needs. And we have in the building the hottest man in the game right now, Mr. Charleston White. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Mr.
Charleston in the building.
Yes, ma'am. Man, I appreciate y'all having me.
Yes,
So with it, class in session.
Class
Yes,
in
indeed.
Yeah,
session.
let's go. Let's get with it.
Y'all
Yeah, let's
doing
get
all
with
right?
it. Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
We good.
Yes,
I'm
indeed.
good,
So,
man.
y'all know how we do it every week. We drop the hip hop trivia question. You guys can try and answer down below in the comments, and we'll keep it rolling throughout the show. Y'all try to answer the hip hop trivia question. We will reveal the answer to the question at the end of the show. This hip hop trivia question is sponsored by our sponsors, which is the Supremes Pull Up, the Artifacts Clothing and Graphics, Nature Spills, Art by Chunk G, Lit and Leisure Travel, Deaths of Asia, the Uhuru Academy. The hip hop trivia question is, who was the first rapper to call himself a gangster in his rhymes? Again, the hip hop trivia question is, who was the first rapper to call himself a gangster in his rhymes? So y'all make sure y'all try to answer that down below. Y'all ain't gonna even be able to Google this one here. This is a
Can't
hard
go
one.
with this. Yeah.
Y'all answer this down below. We will reveal the answer to the question at the end of the show. With that being said, Mr. Charleston White, you have
Yeah, I got the answer. I got the answer already.
You got
We
the
ain't got
answer.
the answer.
Okay, we're gonna try to answer it at the end of the show. We're gonna make them try to figure out. You really think you know what it is?
Yeah.
We're gonna see. We're gonna test your hip hop IQ tonight.
Yeah, we gonna check your knowledge. We're
Yes,
gonna check your knowledge on
indeed.
that.
Definitely checking the knowledge, baby.
Yes, indeed. And with that being said, speaking of someone who calls themselves a gangster in their rhymes or whatever, a lot of your videos you're talking about gangsters and rappers and hip hop and what it has done for the culture. I wanted to ask you this question. Do you think that an artist can actually be a rapper and a gangster at the same time?
No, ma'am.
That's a good question. That's a good question.
It's just like a rapper can't be a pimp and a rapper at the same time. It's two things about a gangster and a pimp. They don't have no slash behind their ass. There's no hyphen behind a gangster. A gangster is gangster. A gangster don't want to rap. A pimp don't want to rap. They want to die pimping. You can't straddle the gangster fence, and every gangster know that, because it's things you do as a gangster don't allow you to go play rapper. Mm-hmm. And I think that's where they get it confused at.
Hey, that's a good question, because me and Brother Truth had this little debate, but it was about sports. It was about, can you be a athlete and or can you play organized sports and be a gangster? So you pretty much saying the same thing. Like, nah, it can't happen.
Exactly. Yeah.
In the metaverse world, you can.
Yeah.
but not in real life. Real street people don't aspire to be nothing but real street people. It's like in the movie Paid in Full. What did Mitch say? What do he enjoy about the game? He don't want to leave that, and so it's nothing that the rap world is nothing that world can offer a real gangster.
So you saying the cats who rapping who call themselves gangsters, they lying?
They playing. They playing WWE.
In character. They ain't character.
Do you think that that they can so you saying like, so can a person be a former gangster and then become a rapper and then stop doing the gangster stuff? Do you see that, or do you think that everybody who's saying that, you know what I'm saying, like, is either one or the other? Because I know some, you know what I'm saying, like, what if
we've never seen a former gangster turn rapper. Former gangsters can't turn rapper because they got to pay dues from the gangsterism. Name a former gangster who turned rapper and made it.
A lot of them claim to be, but like you said,
I mean, I don't know these guys personally.
It's a difference than actually being and claiming to be.
Right.
Yeah, they claim it.
Well, even their criminal records don't reflect it.
Right.
Gangsters have documentation to prove they gangster. Most killers, most bad boys, most real gangsters, they start having problems in elementary school. They don't wait till after high school to start having problems. The guys who really call shots in the streets, they have a juvenile delinquency history. They don't have a little league football history. They don't have they wasn't good at speech class. They didn't make it in high school. Real gangsters who run gangs don't succeed in school. They start out early in life because that's what the criminal justice system use as factors to determine how much time they sentenced them, is they past criminal history.
Yeah.
So a gangster can't show up in high school after he get kicked off the football team and come to the streets and claim he bad. He got to been a mess of niggas in juvenile detention center to claim that.
Right.
Yeah.
So these niggas, so you saying a lot of these niggas don't even know what gangster is?
Not in real life. We know it from watching gangster movies. These niggas wasn't running with Unc when Unc had kids selling drugs in this city. These niggas didn't sell dope for the Douglases when the Douglases would kill a kid for coming up short on drugs. These niggas wasn't with Ed LeGrone when Ed LeGrone was beating up children, making them kill people. See, the real gangsters in our city, homie. I remember when the Starlight Motel got busted and over 100 kids was arrested selling drugs out of there. Those kids, those gangsters, when they came to the detention center, they was already hooked on heroin at 12 and 13 and 14. They was already blowing cocaine and heroin. Them was the real gangsters. None of them was killing sober, right? None of these guys who was doing drive-bys, none of these guys was committing murder with a sober mind. These was kids under the influence of heroin and cocaine. They wasn't killing regularly with a clear conscience.
We got similar stories here in Detroit too from the 80s, and so I know exactly what you're saying as far as like the kids, because they would get off, they would just have to let them go. You know what I'm saying? Like when they caught them with dope, the juvenile system wasn't set up the way it is set up now, so it was different. You know what I mean? Like when my older old heads was coming up, they was 13, 14 with 5, 10, 15,000 in their pocket and don't know what, you know what I'm saying? Don't know what to do with it. You know what I'm saying?
And just from a post-traumatic stress disorder, all the guys that I know who have killed people, who have actually participated in murder, they have some of the worst drug addictions that I've seen to date, because they have to suppress the things that they saw, the things that they done. Many of these guys went against what they was raised to believe. They Christian values, right? So you got a whole generation of black boys who was raised and born and indoctrinated in Christian biblical beliefs. What do you think they had to tell themselves when they were killing people? Man, you going to hell. What do you have to do? And you raised to believe this, right? So now you killing people. Man, that's why most of them go crazy. That's why most of them have gone crazy.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Right.
Well, since we on this topic, you know, we done talked on the show before about street codes, right? You know, we talk about the honeycomb brazy situation. We talk about Dolph getting hit up at a cookie shop. You know, and it's a bunch of other examples. You know what I'm saying? Where innocent people that, you know, have been victims of street beef, rap beef, whatever the case is. So is the street code thing a myth? Like in your lifetime, has it been street codes like that where motherfuckers actually abided by street codes, like no kids? No, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there was a time if you told on somebody, you'd come up dead.
Yeah, shit like that. Yeah.
There was a time where there was real street constitutions. No child was gonna sell drugs out amongst men. There used to be codes where men didn't involve the women in the game. Right? So there were codes to this.
What happened?
They started involving women and children. You got to think about the 80s. Until gangs came along, children wasn't allowed to involve themselves into the street elements of our society. The guys in the streets wasn't gonna let it, right? The guys in the streets didn't give heroin packs to children to sell. That's the gang banging crack era where they start introducing the kids to the game, right? So now you got the mid 80s. Now you got the mid 80s where these niggas showing the brawls how to sell dope. Nigga, the brawls selling dope in Fort Worth, Texas was strong in the 90s because these niggas showed the brawls how to move that package, how to hold a package. So what happened, the brawls started selling dope better than the niggas because they didn't have the tricking habits that the niggas had. They didn't have to, they wasn't running off with the money. So the brawls got the game. So when I came home in 1998, the women was just like guys. They were hustling next to niggas. They were standing on a street corner with the niggas. They was in a trap with the niggas. They were going to the strip club with the niggas. Now they start acting like niggas. This is in the late 90s because now they done got the game from the mid 80s to the late 90s. So now guess what? They talking like niggas. So now boyfriend and girlfriend say, hey, no, my nigga. Now give me that, my nigga. That's boyfriend and girlfriend talk now because the brawls are like niggas. We changed the rules when we got it, homie. When the kids came out here, we changed the rules and fucked everything up.
Do you think that
I argue with that?
Do you think that the lyrics in hip hop and rap music plays a part in things like that actually happening in the dismantling of our culture? Do you think that the lyrics in rap music has something to do with that?
A lot of kids was born to Luther Vandross, wasn't he?
Yeah.
We picked the right songs to make love to. So if these songs can influence us in a positive aspect of love, we got songs that we play for Christmas time, for Christmas carols, Christmas themes. We got songs that's geared for every aspect of our existence. So why wouldn't? So you see what I'm saying? So why wouldn't we think that the lyrical content that our kids hear, I'm gonna say probably 80% of their wakening days, right? Probably 80% of their wakening days, they hear music. They're listening to music. They're relating to music. They're not relating to us. They're not relating through life through cultural experiences. Right. All of their relations come through music.
Damn.
So
that's a hell of a point.
I didn't know how to get high from smoking marijuana until I heard Bone Thugs and Harmony song for smokers on lead, for smokers on lead, on lead. So taught me how to hit it. At first I was puffing and passing out. But when I heard that song and it told me to pull it and hold it until you cough, there you go.
So now you know how to smoke. You done got all of the instructions just from actually listening to that song. So it definitely has a major influence
Master P song Ghetto Dope changed the trajectory.
Man, you
Master
took
P
the right
Ghetto
out
Dope
my head.
it changed the trajectory of black economics, right? Ghetto Dope, me crack like this.
Right.
And if you listen to those lyrics, that's the formula on how to cook crack.
Oh, really? See, when that came out, I was young. So then when I got older and got you know what I'm saying? Like I realized, I'm like, damn, like this was really.
Nigga, that's the real formula.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, look, I thought I could sell me a little piece of crack. You know what I'm saying? I thought I could get in there and start water whipping myself. You know, I'm like, okay, this the recipe.
Well, what that did, it changed the whole dynamic of us from being just petty drug dealers to now manufacturers.
Yeah.
Now we're manufacturing the dope now because now they know we know how to make it now. So they're just not hitting us with the tenure. They hitting us with the manufacturing as if we cooking this up ourselves.
Right.
And we started to. Right. So that changed the game. The music is what hip white folks so we like sipping syrup. Why you think they took syrup from us? Because Justin Bieber went to fucking with them niggas with that syrup. They went to his house and found all them empty paint bottles at Justin Bieber house. Man, it became a syrup drought after that.
Fucking with Justin Bieber.
So I got a question. Do you believe in the conspiracy aspect of certain types of hip hop being allowed to flood the airways? Is that purposely done?
Yeah.
I do too.
It promotes America's love for its cycle of violence. America, there's no era in America where violence have not been a major topic of discussion. You can go from the slavery, the Reconstruction era with the railroad, how they got the railroad built. You can go to civil rights. Man, it's always been a cycle of violence in this country. And I think that's America's secret love affair, right? It's with violence. That's why they like guns. That's why they've been at war for what out of its 300 and something years. I think America's been at war 270 of it. So they like war. They like violence. They just don't want it at their doorsteps, right? They don't want it in America.
In their house,
Yeah, they don't want it at their house.
But you think it's too late now though, because it's in their house.
Yeah, and so they propagated this to us. They propagated this violent culture for at least four generations now to Black America.
Still doing it.
And when you look at the radio stations, when you look at advertisement and sponsorships, it's all geared for that violent music. We can't get these companies to come sponsor anything in our communities. We can't get these companies to sponsor no nonprofits that we have, no little league organizations, but they sponsor the radio programming stations that's geared at programming this violent message, these violent lyrics, to a generation of Black people. And all the evidence, man, all the data and research says that, man, these lyrics have a great impact on the minds and the behavior of our children. It's been proven, right? Yeah. So when you look at McDonald's, man, when you look at Walmart, man, when you look at all these big brands that sponsor this music, they also have an investment into the prison industry as well. So what rap music is and to us today, man, it's just a tool for mass incarceration.
So,
yeah, and you know what? I heard you say once before. I don't know what interview you was on or whatever, because I just be binge watching your content, so I don't know which interview it was. But you stated like it was unheard of for us to hurt each other at one point in time. Like Black on Black crime. Well, I don't really necessarily believe in Black on Black crime. It's more so like people hurt people within close proximity. But it's like if we just for a lack of a better word, like us hurting each other was unheard of at one particular point in time. And
It was.
yeah. And
Well,
so you made a
the
mention
close.
of something what you used to say. You will say something about going across the railroad tracks. Like back in your day,
Yeah.
instead of harming
The
your own,
close.
you would go across the railroad tracks.
The close proximity. Man, that theory is bullshit.
You
There's
think
no
so?
statistic. There's no statistic that say the Jews is killing Jews, and and all of them live in close proximity with each other. The poor white people that live off in the trailer park communities. Yeah, they drink, they beat each other up, they molest each other children, but they don't kill each other.
That's true.
Even the Mexican gangs. The Mexicans are not just free fall killing because they live in close proximity. They create, I'm just gonna say, tribal rules, right? Gang politics, so they say. Tribal rules to somehow coexist as Mexicans. And if they don't break the rules, they don't cross the boundaries, they just don't kill each other. Man, we just kill each other. So it ain't got nothing to do with close proximity. What we dealing with is some psychological compound on some spiritual shit. The spiritual shit is we out of nature.
Yeah.
The psychological shit is we off balance because we think like Europe. We eat like Europe and we process our emotions like Europe, right? We do everything like Europe. So psychologically, we like a transsexual, a man that want to be a woman that want to be a man.
Transracial.
Yeah. So so it's easy for us. It's easy for us to look at one another and this man, we'll go across town to hurt a nigga.
That's it.
We not in close. We'll go across town to hurt a stranger.
That's what I was about to say. That's what I was about to say too.
I think the music is now the music is the overseer, like the mean slave overseer that had the whip. The music is making us look at each other and say, I hate you, nigga. I don't give a fuck about no nigga long as my bitches love me. I don't give a fuck about no nigga long as my bitches love me. So the music is giving us these national anthems to dance to create our own beats to and our own mindset. So imagine we are the first generation to plug our ears up with music by way of headphones. The others before us had boom boxes and everybody got to hear it. But we isolating ourselves with the music in our ears and our little small minds, creating our own little theories. We creating our own little ideologies with the music on our own. On our own. So when we get with our buddies, between the music and our own little minds creating these ideologies, we're rejecting our parents, we're rejecting history, and we're holding on to the words of these little mini gods, these little rappers.
Yeah, exactly.
For example, I used to ask myself, what would Ice Cube do right now? What would Ice Cube do? What would Eazy-E do? What would Tupac do? I used to ask myself to find answers to direct my behavior because their lyrics was my guide. Their lyrics was my youth minister. Their lyrics was my youth pastors. And if I got mad at my mother, I put them lyrics in my ear. If I got mad at my homeboy, I put them lyrics in my ear and I went inside my mind, whatever was in my little distorted mind.
That's heavy. That's heavy. Hey, so what responsibility do the rappers have in this? Or do they have any? Yeah, that's what I'm about to ask. None. No.
Well, we asking young teenage boys who mostly are young men, are irresponsible, with drug habits, with addictions on top of their habits, misguided, and in the hands of white people. I named all of those attributes, but they in the hands of white people. And we expect them to have a responsibility to be responsible. They was found being irresponsible.
And they get money.
And they give them
They
money.
get money. Yeah, you get money. So
And
you know what I mean.
and they pull them into their bosoms. Have you ever laid in the bosoms of white people? You ever had white people pull you so close into your bosoms, you seem so far away from black people?
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
I
crazy.
ain't never had,
That's a long fall if they let you go.
I ain't never had it, baby.
And when they get you close, this is what they do. They pull you further and further. Now, once they got you, you ain't got no control now. They pulling you further and further away from your people. You want me to let you go? You want me to?
No.
You want to fall back down under them?
Yeah.
And
you know what, Charleston?
So what you do? You hold on for dear life.
I was just telling my wife that too. That's true story. I was
They
just
take
saying.
you
So
so
that's-
far, brother.
So hold on,
take these
David. So
niggas
that's
so
why you
far.
would get a. That's why you would get a Meek Mills saying bullshit all the time.
Jump, nigga.
Unbelievable.
He
That
won't
was
do that for
unbelievable
us.
to me.
He won't do that for us.
Nah, hell no, you won't.
But he'll do that for them. While they laughing at him with the camera because he lost a bet.
watching it. Yeah, exactly.
No, that's when you turn nigga and don't pay the bet. You renege on the bet.
Yeah, fuck all that.
Right.
Fuck all that.
Yeah. No, y'all, yeah. So, no, homie. So this is what I know. Once they get your attention, once you get their attention, and they say, we like you, and you say, well, hey, I want to be liked, they're gonna pull you so far from your people. You gotta jump out their arms.
Damn, that's cold.
So I got a question too. I just recently saw you had an interview with the mother of Lil Snoop and FBG Duck.
Yeah.
And I salute you for that too, for bringing a story, you know what I mean, to the forefront, because it definitely needs to be heard. But just doing your work with that, like how was that? How did that you know what I'm saying, like, how was that experience talking to them and you know what I mean, building with those women, those strong black women, you know what I mean? Because I definitely like what they was talking about in the interview.
I get that from watching Supreme and from the Dacian Steptoe situation, right? That's why I latch on to the mothers. I see the pain of a mother I got to see it up close and personal. It's almost like the same elements that I'm seeing, right? A kid dies, the mother grieves, but there's so many barriers and obstacles placed in the way of the mother or the parents because of who the child is. Right. I watched FBG Duck's mother struggle, homie, to pay her car note. And her son got 17 million views. He got one of the biggest names in the rap industry. All of his rap peers are multi-millionaires. And his mother struggling. I don't know how I got involved with those mothers. I just got a heart for the mothers. To hear Doe B's mother. Man, to hear what happens to the mothers after these kids are gone. Homie, it's heartbreaking. And I really can't even find the words to describe the situation.
It ain't no words for it.
Because say, homie, this woman, these niggas work hard for these niggas rapping for their mamas, right? They doing this for their mamas, most of them. Only for them to die, nigga, and their mamas don't get $1. The industry, everybody else gets some except the mamas.
Yep. They get.
And when y'all find out how T.I. done Doe B mama, say, homie, it ain't nowhere in the world we can still like these niggas. T.I. say she all right, homie. That woman's struggling.
Me and Preem go back and forth.
I talk to that woman. Say,
y'all already know. I don't even fuck with T.I.
Say, man, I gotta come to the city, man. I'm gonna get on y'all channel, homie. She coming to the city. She gotta tell this story. No, man, T.I. them wrong, homie. Them rapping niggas, the homeboys, the managers, man, everybody take and run. It happened with King Von. Everybody take and run, homie. The homies,
That's how this
set,
shit go.
the block,
Cutthroat.
man.
The industry,
Everybody take
got
and go.
Speaking of that, Charles, I got a question because you know, when you fuck with certain people think they can control you and tell you who you supposed to fuck with and who you ain't supposed to fuck with. And you talk about how certain people fuck over rappers. You fuck with Rainwater. What did you see in that brother that makes him different than them other motherfuckers? But he gets called certain shit and motherfuckers don't want you fucking with him. But it's something in him that you see that you know was right.
He took.
And Rainwater is the manager, Mo3's manager for everybody who don't know that it.
And man, it's not to take anything from Mo3. God gave Mo3 the gifts. He had the gifts and the talent, but Mo3 didn't have the direction. He didn't have the knowledge that you need to make a star a star. Rappers don't have that knowledge. They just have the gift to rap. Rainwater this kid can barely read and write, right? He took Mo3 and showed him how to tell a story. He showed him the power of, man, putting your backstory in your lyrics. That's why you found out he was poor. He grew up hungry and he slept on the bus. That's what made him great. Not only that, homie. Now, they made $1 million selling CDs out their car. They never had paperwork. These is two guys operating with no paperwork. This nigga doing song with Boosie. He got Yo Gotti wanting to sign him. I mean, he got all this stuff involved. They operating off words, homie. They sharing food together. Them niggas sharing sandwiches. They sharing hoes. Like two brothers. This ain't just 1 year. This ain't 2 years. This going on for years. So when he died, Rainwater in a fucked up situation. He ain't got no paperwork.
Right.
He ain't got no paperwork.
Damn.
He get kicked out.
Wow.
But because of his vision, and if any young people listening, my nigga, you gotta have a vision, because the provisions, which is the money and the finances, it follows the vision. So you gotta put the vision out front. But because of his vision, the record industry was almost forced to have to go back and get him to complete who Mo3 was and is. Damn. So it was only then. It was only then. So everything that you see with Mo3, homie, that little kid put the touches on it. He went and got the right person so they could collaborate. He did something that had nobody ever done. He took his whole budget. He took the whole rap budget, nigga, and put it on Kevin Gates. And that song that his kids will never have to work again. So he, after Mo3 death, homie, made sure everything was right with the family. And yeah, nah, man. So you gotta honor that, homie. When you done looked at all these other cases. When you looked at all these other cases. Not only that, he got Dun Dun. Dun Dun got a contract. Number 7 got a contract. I referred a Mexican to him. He done his touching with him. So it's like everything he touched turned gold. So yeah.
I see his work.
Yeah. And so I fly all around the country with him, homie. So I called him one night and I was in Greensville, North Carolina. I called him one night and said, "Say, man, it's the new Motown." He went and found an artist out of somewhere in North Carolina. Kid gets signed with Capitol Records. So he got an ear and he got an eye for talent, and he know how to get them to tap into their backstory, which is ultimately their testimony, telling them to tell their life stories in the lyrics. So I noticed he stay away from drill rappers. I noticed he stay away from gangster rappers. You know, Mo3 was just one of a kind.
Hell yeah. Well, speaking of Mo3 and him being a current rapper and everything, and as far as hip hop go, who are you listening to? Like, what's your current rotation? Like, who you like? Because I know you've been bumping that T.I. I've been watching. I see you've been bumping that
Yeah,
T.I.
I fuck with T.I. Oh, that Yo Gotti.
My bad. Yeah, Gotti.
Yeah. I like that new Yo Gotti, man. Grown man music. That CMG 10. I like Lil Baby. I think he a very mature, young nigga that you can tell he come up around some game. Them niggas QC them done a good job with that nigga, homie.
Yeah, Lil Baby for sure.
Especially after his little partner Marlo got killed. I fuck with my man PGF Shout about Atlanta. Them young niggas out of Memphis just really turned me on to all the Young Dolph music. So I'm starting to fall in love with Dolph. It's a whole lot, man. It's a whole lot of I can't think of his name, but they some new young cats, homie. I'll think of their name in a minute. But they done caught my ear.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Hey,
But it ain't no more substance no more, man. It ain't no more struggle music. That was the time, nigga. If I caught a dope case, I can listen to certain music to help me kind of shift through the struggle of being in trouble.
Everybody balling.
Everybody
balling.
I listen to Tupac every day before I went to go turn myself into the feds.
Listen, these cats now, they emotional and they be crying about how another man made them feel in a song. Now I can't even get with it because they all attached to, it's like the whole rap genre done turned into these men crying their heart out about how another man made them feel. And that's what's so crazy and interesting to me about you, Charleston, is that you for lack of a better word, you mind fuck these niggas out here, because the thing is like these niggas be so emotionally attached to what somebody is saying, and they get so emotional. They be all in the comments with their heart on their sleeve, bleeding all over the internet or whatever, feeling some type of way.
That's what used to get me. Nah, man, I used to notice that me and a nigga will get into it on Monday, and me and him will still be arguing come Thursday.
Yeah.
You see, nigga, we done spent 2-3 days, and he leaving comment, I'm leaving comment, he leaving comment, and this will go on for days. And I start saying, man, this nigga getting in a relationship because we are now we emotionally invested into each other.
Right.
I had to break. So that's why I mind fuck these niggas, because I don't want them to get me caught up to being emotionally invested into this social media shit. Because I used to be emotionally invested. If a nigga used to say, oh nigga, I'm coming to the classy lady, I used to go get all my guns and get in the bushes. Because in my mind, you see what I'm saying?
You thought it was real.
Yeah. Because man, why would they? So I had to pull out of that world. Because all social media is a bunch of niggas in their feelings, and they sensitive about their goddamn feelings.
Oh man.
It's all it's a bunch of niggas in their feelings, and they sensitive about their feelings. So
they just want to be your friend.
I can't even make a post with you, brother. And you got niggas that live 3 minutes from you threatening you on Facebook on my post. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that was crazy.
Man, listen, if they look at my background, they see I'm in 3 places. I'm in Eastwood, Poly, and Meadowbrook. If you know my background in this area, man, you can catch me at any store in them areas by myself. You can catch me at 2 little strip clubs everybody know I go to by myself. Man, it ain't hard to catch me somewhere and kick my ass.
Hey, I ain't never seen you with nobody in your car ever. Never. And I go to sleep sometime. And sometimes they can catch me somewhere sleeping that motherfucker.
But you know what's so crazy about it though is because you will actually come out and say talk about the character, and you will mention the character. And it's so crazy because people get caught up in this virtual reality or whatever the case may be. And they will actually, like, you will say, this is a character. You will spell it out. And a lot of people won't even do that. You real enough to say, hey, this is a character. And a nigga will still be mad.
Right,
it's like a motherfucker being mad at a cartoon or something. You get what I'm saying? It's like you really mad and this man done told you what it is. Because when I watch you, it was certain things that when I first seen you, I said, this dude hilarious. Then I'm watching them. You was on somebody's ass about something that was funny as hell.
Twisted Black face.
Twisted Black son or somebody. You said you ain't the cutest. You ain't the cutest in a classroom or something. That shit took me out, right? But I was like, it's not one video that I have ever seen of you where you didn't drop a gem. You always got a message behind it. And when I heard it, when I listened to it, I was like, he's saying something like, I'm on your ass because you need a father figure. So I'm really on your ass. I'm kind of on your ass. I need you to, I'm trying to tell you something because you don't know no better. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of us, you know, then grow up with fathers and things like that. So they don't understand how to be, you know, disciplined by a man or understand like the masculine energy or anything like that. So it's like a lot of these guys look at you looking for a daddy. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you hear people say, man, he a snitch. Man, we done watched so many niggas go to federal prison in this city for snitching on people. You don't hear nobody mention the real snitch's name in this city. That's what make me look at these niggas like they cowards. Everybody in this city know I ain't never told on nobody. I ain't never been in no trouble, right? I ain't never caught no dope case. I ain't never been in no trouble to have to tell on nobody. Everybody know that, right?
Right.
Motherfucker been seeing me help kids riding the bus. They done seen me help kids walking. They done seen me help kids broke. They done seen me help kids with money, right? And ain't now nigga that really got something to say ever came down there and gave $5 or let alone bought a book pack.
They not. And that's why I love your message.
What you see niggas when they speak against me is you see niggas just really jealous of me.
That's all it is. That's
niggas
all it is.
They're straight jealous. For one, I'm cocky and I'm bold and I talk like won't nobody do nothing to me. And ain't
they
nobody
can't whoop you. You know what I'm saying? They can't whoop you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they don't wanna catch no case behind it. So they on the computer like this here. Tapping like a motherfucker.
In what I done proved, these niggas scared to go to jail. Cause first thing they go say is, he gonna call the police. Well, I told you was scared of the police, nigga. Cause I know a nigga kick your ass and go to jail for that $500 misdemeanor bond that they'll drop down to a Class C ticket. If you go to trial, they might drop it for mutual combative.
Yep.
So if all I got to do, where I can talk this bad, disrespect the gang banging niggas, and don't nobody bother me, all I got to do is say I call the police. That's been my protection.
Hey, for all those who don't know, me and Charles live in the same city. That nigga ain't told no cap at all on none of this shit. I ain't gonna say no niggas' names, but if he said it, it ain't no motherfucking lie. I'm from Fort Worth, Texas, my nigga, and hey, I get a lot of slack. A lot of niggas don't fuck with me because I fuck with Charles, but I don't give a fuck because, you know, I'm going to hold my nuts and stand on my decision. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
So, niggas gonna have to get out their feelings, man, and act like men. Stop acting like hoes.
It was a young nigga that killed Mr. James. It was a young nigga that killed Mr. James, man. The man that fixed the alternators. And he was hiding. And he was scaring the family. No, nigga, I went and rode around looking for that nigga. Now, I'm the nigga. See, I fuck with the killers. I don't bother Miss Shirley and them. I don't bother the black woman about her hair. I don't fuck with the single black mothers like them other niggas. Tommy Soda. I fuck with the killers. I pick on the gang banging niggas.
Right.
Them the niggas I direct all my shit to, the niggas that shoot up the neighborhood. So be the only niggas mad at me. If you ain't doing none of what I'm talking about, why would any nigga have a problem with what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Exactly.
So,
and you know what? I appreciate
like,
what you do, because you like one of the few that I can even think about that has garnered so much attention on social media so fast that didn't have to use the black woman and put the black woman down in the process. Like a nigga could say what they want
You
to
notice
say,
I never speak
but
on.
you
I never
always
speak on it.
never. You don't never like anytime you've been on a platform with a woman, anytime you speaking on a woman or whatever the case may be, you have always uplifted the black woman. And it's like it's so these niggas, they'll take the easy route and they be like, let me talk down, because you know a lot of women
Let me make a confession. When I was going through, I'm gonna say a midlife crisis, probably 35 to 40.
Mm-hmm.
My mama said, son, why don't you let your apartment go and come, you and the kids come back here. You stay with me for a little while, get yourself together, get your credit right, and then you go buy your house, right? Made sense to me. Go back to mama's house, hit the reset button, me and the kids. But in the process of me going back to mama's house, nigga going through the depression, right? Nigga trying to get it together, but everything ain't going right. I joined this group called Say No to Single Mothers. I joined this motherfucking group on social media that was called Say No to Single Mothers.
Facebook
and
group.
I became a member of this group. And man, for about a month, I took on them niggas' spirit. I was bashing single mothers. But I really wasn't bashing them. I was bashing myself and my conditions. Right? And I was feeling shame as a man, or I was feeling less than as a father. Mama, can I borrow $100? I'll pay you that situation, right? So it was easy for me to take on that ugly spirit that black men have toward the black woman when you at a certain condition or situation and point in your life, right? You really bitter, you really angry. And you ain't in no dating position. So you mad at women because you really don't appeal to women. You broke, nigga. You at your mama house on the couch, trying to get your life together in your mid-30s. That don't feel good, right? Once I was able to come out that little dark place for about 3-4 years, I felt shame for being mad at black women, homie, when black women ain't done nothing to the black man. Every nigga I know, homie, been a low down dirty motherfucker to a woman. Every nigga I know, for the most part. But I one time said something on social media that my mother and my sister read about black women and weed. And my mother was almost convinced that I didn't like my mama. I love mama. But because you submerge yourself in these groups, you give them access to your soul, your mind, your will, and your emotions. And now you connected to these people. So now y'all sharing this same energy, and you begin regurgitating that bullshit, and you start speaking it as if that's you, but that ain't you. You just attached to this bullshit. So I see how it's easy. So that's why you hear me speak against groups. That's why you always remember any fucker group thinking motherfucker, because I know what that'll do to you. I want to find God on my own. I want my relationship with God to be intimate. You can't define my belief in my God.
I heard the Hebrews and Moors on your ass.
Yeah. So I got with an elder black man that got a lot of children. And he say the black woman don't get a break. Don't nobody walk up to her and hug her and kiss on her and say thank you. She get wore down all the way to the graveyard. Nigga wear the black woman down all the way to the graveyard. Don't nobody ever say thank you except on Mother's Day. So I started looking at our saviors The black woman is our savior. I don't give a fuck what now niggas say.
Yeah.
She our savior.
That's a fact. That's a
real
fact.
So once I understand, the savior, man, I don't speak on the savior.
That's real. And in that same vein, like the hip hop culture, it teaches men to like give money, fuck bitches, and it doesn't promote marriage or anything. And I actually had a show on my actual individual podcast, Deaths of the Asia, where I had a guy that came on the show, and he actually said that there is no benefit to men to get married. What you think about that?
He must be a trick. He must be a nigga that had to buy pussy. Because how he gonna not think that's not a benefit to marriage? Baby, I'm hungry. Okay, baby, I get fed. When I take my clothes off and go put them down there in that hamper, they get washed. They go get folded. When I get sick and she rubbed that alcohol on my body, I can't do that for me. It's a level of love that I can't apply to me. The heal, the fix to get me to where I need. I can't love me to the next level. No man can.
That's
and
crazy.
Behind every,
I don't know who would say that.
From historically speaking, behind every successful, like truly successful and wealthy man, there's always been a woman behind him. Like most successful men are married.
It ain't been a great man to ever live that didn't have a woman. It ain't no single great man nowhere in history.
It ain't.
Even Jesus had a hoe. Even Jesus wasn't by himself without a woman.
Hey, so I got a question.
She was with him everywhere he went.
Yeah,
that's true story.
Yeah,
hey,
that's true.
But I saw an interview with you. Not an interview, but you was doing a video, man, and it was about Crip Mac, and it was when the DP happened, right? And you went live and you was talking, and it was one of your most heartfelt videos that I saw.
One of my most embarrassing moments. I let a nigga play in my feelings. Yeah, that's one of my most embarrassing moments on YouTube.
Hey, I didn't think you were serious when I was watching.
I wasn't, but I was.
Right.
I feel you.
I wasn't, but I was, homie. I did good. If you notice, I went into character. That's why when I started, y'all get in here. But once I went into character, homie, the realness.
It got real.
It got real, homie. I started out bullshit.
It's really sad. It's a sad motherfucking situation.
Well, that's the reason I brought it up, because I could tell as you was talking, like you know what I'm saying. I could tell you kind of jumped out of character a little bit, and you gave us, you know what I'm saying, how you really felt just as a black man seeing that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Because
I tried hard, man. Because I didn't want to hurt the brand, right? Because the nigga really so invested into the community, I couldn't hide it.
Exactly.
I tried to keep that character, homie, but because I'm so invested in what I'm processing, homie, I couldn't. Man, we done niggas like that. I remember I DP'd my little partner, homie, because he got saved and gave his life to the Lord.
That's because he went to church.
No, he gave his life to the Lord. Going to church with the shit. He went and got saved and gave his life to Jesus, nigga, to turn away from sin. But we kids, we thinking he done sold out.
Right, we ain't bad that shit.
Right. So we inflict this harm on one another, homie. On my nigga Damon Roller, man. Man. So what that did, that made me reflect at some shit that I've done. I've called home to my nigga, homie. He was like our baby. We called him Baby Insane. Right. Nigga, he was down by law. Anything I mean, but we, did now. So I did something the other day. I set somebody's tire on flat that was parked in front of my mailbox. I was having a bad day when I done it. I left a note on the window. Don't park your motherfucking car in front of my goddamn mailbox. I wasn't satisfied with leaving that note. I go out and beat on the hood. Pop, 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 hoping somebody heard the hood get beat on and come outside. So I can call it confrontation. So don't nobody come outside. I'm agitated, right? I poked that motherfucker with the kitchen knife. But I didn't feel bad. I did this about 3 weeks ago. I didn't feel bad about it till yesterday. Yeah, it's just all of a sudden I felt horrible. Man, I was wrong in the motherfucker doing it. Man, I so wish I could go apologize to them people. Yeah, I'm wrong in the motherfucker. So I'm saying that to say this. That Crip Mac situation, homie, made me reflect when we done a homie like that, somebody we said we love, and it was never the same after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's good. That's good. It's never gonna be the same after that for him, because I really think he gonna come up out that bullshit. It's something about him, Charles. It's something about him.
Hey, homie,
I got confidence in him.
Hey, listen, I done did everything in my power to try to make me not like that nigga. Boy, my spirit love him. I'm talking about I done tried to make me, my mind, nigga, everything in me just crazy about that nigga, man. I mean, because you can see goodness.
Right, he got that on him, just like you got that on you. He got that on him, man.
And just to his credit, homie, one thing I ain't never heard that nigga do is preach killing nobody. Even though he got Hoover Killer on his head, I ain't never heard that nigga preach about killing nobody. He always talking about getting the fade. That's it.
Right. Yeah. That's real. That's true.
So when you finally get his little backstory on how he joined the gang, he done went from this. I said, man, that's just a nigga just want to be down with something, homie. That was all
we all want to be.
That's what I was about to say. That's everybody.
Part of something, man.
That's most of them.
We so lost as a people. You know what I'm saying? We ain't really got shit. We just trying to be a part of anything we can grasp onto. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So people can say what they want to say, homie, but he the face of Crips right now. Because if nothing else, homie, he's somewhat of some goodness that we can see. Man, I'm watching this man even as he elevate on his channel. He haven't stopped giving, and his giving is increasing. Man, this man passes out hundreds of dollars. This man giving is increasing. As he grow, his giving is increasing. Nah, man, if you go Crip, man, be like him. If you go Crip, man, be like him. He ain't trying to kill nobody. He just want to fight, drink beer, and eat chicken and help his community.
And I want to say something. Man. And everybody don't understand that science. It's a science to that. The more you get, you gotta give. That's how you keep it rolling. Charleston, you a popular motherfucker, man. And you was talking the other day when you showing your Cash App. And motherfuckers pay you to come on their podcast, right? They pay you handsomely.
Yeah.
Man, you got a history. And it's a strong history. It's a strong future. This is my group. This is my team. Up and coming podcast. I ain't reach out to you. You reached out to me. I said, Charles, I can't pay you like the motherfuckers paying you. What you say, Charles?
I said, shit, nigga, let me come bless the game. I'm gonna pass the ball. Everybody else channel I've been on, they been using me. They put my name in clickbait. You could have easily took an 2 hour long video and told a story about Charleston White. They could have blew these numbers up. You never even mentioned it. So nah, homie. So I said, why would I be in this position, homie? Not pass the ball. I think y'all got substance. There's no major podcast that got everybody's attention in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So why not make my niggas the one? I did Boss Talk, and them niggas went backwards. Y'all got substance. The brands, the people in the industry, they looking for people with substance. And so That's why I said, come on, homie, let's put this together. And then y'all come be on my podcast. So all four of y'all come be on my podcast. So when I got Kwame coming, so when they be on my podcast, man, y'all go over there to my people podcast. That's how we build each other. Yeah, that's how we build each other.
That's love. That's love for sure.
We definitely appreciate that.
I got another question too, man. I know I kind of know.
Oh man, we here all night.
Yeah, but about we was talking about the Wallow situation, not the Wallow situation, but the interview he did
with Lil Durk when he was crying.
When he did with Lil Durk, you know what I'm saying, and when he was, talking to them brothers, you feel what I'm saying, like we was having a little debate about that, you know what I mean, I wouldn't call it a debate, but maybe like a difference of opinion. And I was just wondering,
you can't cry to these young niggas. Yeah, he fucked up. He can't cry to these young niggas.
Thank you. That's what I said, Charles. I understand. I get it.
But see, I don't think he was really trying to him though, like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he was really trying to do that. Like, I think that was just like a moment where he was talking about a story that felt, you know what I'm saying? He felt so deep, and he had to get that because he had to get that message to them. Him and his situation, who he is, he can't sit there and not give that message. He has to. It's his.
Say, homie, you talk. When I was a young nigga, we had killing on our mind, and if you crying, you a punk to us. You see, because we around niggas who ain't crying.
Right.
We're around niggas on the block, nigga who really raw like Wallow, and they ain't crying. So when I get a crying nigga, oh man, that nigga, he weak. Nah, homie, this generation can't see no weakness. They see, because they was born and having to process feelings wasn't not for them. Most of them are emotionally detached from their mothers and their fathers. Most of them just had a grandmother who provided but didn't nurture. So feelings ain't they forte. No. See, they can't relate to the crime, man.
So you really feel like you really think that those guys will walk away from there and not actually get the message that he was trying to deliver?
I was a young nigga sitting like that in the auditorium when somebody used to come tell her, man, I just had a life sentence and woo. I was the young nigga discrediting them because in my mind the image is already painted. You cry to the 7-year-old baby. You don't cry to the 20-year-old niggas. They can't see that. That's a weakness. They got to see a warrior. They got to see a warrior, nigga. My son won't see me cry. My son won't ever see me cry unless he see me bury my mama. But that nigga ain't gonna see me cry. I'm a hero to him. I'm a hero to this nigga. We didn't see our daddies cry. This new beta male nigga in tune with his feelings. You ask the man how he feel, he say, I don't know. I ain't feel nothing. I ain't in touch with my feelings. I'm good.
Right.
But you know what, Charleston? This gonna turn into a little therapy section real quick because I got this question for you because, like, my dad was a superhero to me. You know, like I'm talking about. I felt like my daddy could just pick up cars and throw them at people. Just to that extent, like my daddy was a superhero to me. Not only was my daddy a superhero to me, my mama was a superhero to me, right? I didn't see neither one of them cry. So I didn't get to, sometimes when I'm talking to other women and things like that, or even dealing with a man, the way that I process my emotions is way different. And it's like I used to deal with people be like, oh, you don't really care about me, or you don't have no feelings because you ain't crying or whatever. But I feel, but my the way that I show that I care is by doing for people.
Well, you used to dealing with the boy who mama used to say, come give me a kiss, baby. Come here, let mama come here. So you used to dealing with the boy that needs affection because his mother was affectionate. Or he didn't get affection. Or he didn't get affection from his mother and he needs validation through your emotion. It's a whole bunch of them niggas.
I wasn't shown that. I can't validate him through his emotions, even though I can show him affection. I can't validate him through his emotions because I really don't understand when he started to break down like that either. So,
well, you listen, you ain't supposed to understand. He's supposed to go to the bar and drink with his buddies when he emotionally breaking down. He don't come home and break down to you. How you gonna have faith in that nigga?
right.
No, he go to the bar and break down. And his buddies wipe his nose, kick him in the ass, straighten up his shirt, fix his tie, and tell the nigga straighten up. And then he go home and he act like what his buddies told him to do. But he don't come home to you and ain't got it together.
And see, that's and see, I think that's the thing that's missing from a lot of these young niggas is even I could say for my generation, like we like you know what I mean, like because I'm 30 like 36, so I ain't have a nigga, you know what I'm saying, like that in my ass, or you know what I'm saying, my group of homeboys, we own each other, you know what I'm saying, like that as far as correcting each other like that. Like I had to go out and seek that type of shit, you know what I'm saying, like from my own seeking out on my own, peeping motherfuckers I like and attract to, or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying, like. But so I think that's a good point as far as you making like that, like nigga, you vent to your homeboys, you know what I mean, as far as like that, go to your inner circle, because we do that a lot, you know what I'm saying, even us together on this podcast.
Niggas done lost old schools. Niggas threw the baby out with the bathwater. Most of the shit we was taught was good shit, man, and it kept the family cool, straight, and this new wave liberal, feminine, emotional with yourself shit, bro, to do shit off, man. That's why these young niggas love to hear rappers crying and whining.
That's why they got a men's locker room and a women's locker room. You ain't gonna have the same talking both. You don't combine both locker rooms. They want to combine both locker rooms so we can get an understanding. Now, women over there, men over here. And I don't tell you about what I'm dealing with my feelings.
Made a post about that today.
No. If I help you sort my feelings out, you begin to lose confidence and faith in me as your leader.
Right.
For sure.
You don't know what to say.
You got to do that some other kind of way. For sure.
Yeah, even if I'm wrong, I got to let you know I'm confident in my wrong. But you don't know if I think I'm wrong.
Yeah.
And you know what? While we on this, before we move any further, that's a part of even what you're saying, like, I need to let you know that I'm confident in my wrong. That's a part of masculinity. Also, as women, we have to understand, like, even with exercising our femininity, sometimes we gotta let them fuck up and let we know he gonna fuck up, but the smart woman doing all this here.
The smart woman does.
Let them know we gonna be here for them.
The smart woman, listen. She gonna say, baby, I think you should turn right here. He gonna say, be quiet. I know where I'm going. It's down here. We gonna turn left by this stove. Now she know he's supposed to turn right here. The smart woman does this. Be quiet and let that dumb motherfucker be wrong. He's wrong, so he can say, yeah, baby, you sure was right. We supposed to turn back there. She never have to say, I told you so. And you see what I'm saying? Life. She never have to say, I told you so. But once he realized he didn't know what the fuck he talking about, he ain't gonna say, yeah, baby, I didn't know. But he know. So the next time they have this discussion, they get to this point again, he listen.
Yeah, he gonna listen. Next time he ain't gonna listen.
But if she argue with him and say, I told you something, she stripped herself from her power because she done talked herself out of the power. Now he resent her. Now he resent her for being right.
Yep. You gotta shut up and let him, he'll figure it out. He'll get it together and he gonna let you know he heard you. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't gotta do too much. Man. But this is one thing I wanted to ask you about too, because I like dumb niggas, you know what I'm saying? And I know it's something I like my niggas dumb.
Yeah, you sound like granddad in them. Yeah, little old dumb.
Yeah, I like to see. I'm gonna tell you something. I listened to you and I was like, he be speaking my sentiments exactly, because you have had conversations about the difference between the nigga and black people and separating the nigga from the black person and all of that. And people might not understand that because I used to make posts and I used to be like, I don't like all these book read niggas. You know what I'm saying? I need my nigga a little dumb because them dumb niggas, like the nigga and the nigga that the nigga, the one that he got too much to say.
The one that can fix the tractor if it break down. If you call him, he can do the alternator. He can put the belt on and don't need no help. See, most niggas that know how to read, we need help just to put the belt, the serpentine belt on our alternator. That nigga there, he don't want to know about fixing his credit. He ain't even got bad credit, but he don't want to know nothing about fixing his credit. He got money in his pocket that he can count. He don't want to go to the bank and none of that because he got $10,000 put up somewhere.
And a
he got a couple cars he can sell. That's what I'm talking about. And he at peace. It's the nigga that know how to read and they're talking to you, telling you about everything. You know, sharing his ideology. Ain't doing nothing.
Me about everything. You know how to tell me about everything on the song, but you ain't doing a goddamn thing.
Let a pipe break. Let a pipe break. He don't know what to do when the pipe breaks. If the lawnmower break down, he can't fix the lawnmower. All it needs is a new choke. He can't do none of that, but he know everything in the book. He know everything in the book. Dumbest motherfucker in the world. That motherfucker read them books. That motherfucker that can read them books is dumb for real. Because he know everything but don't know how to do nothing.
I'm telling you, like when you said that, I was like, this nigga spitting like a motherfucker. Because like when I had said something about it, people was like, what you mean? You don't like, I like a nigga that can't barely put his sentences together. He don't really know how to. I gotta correct. I don't even really know what he's talking about.
When you take him on a doctor's appointment, you got to explain to the doctor what's wrong with him. Them kind of nigga. He can't get it. He know what's wrong, but he can't say it in a way where people can understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're trying. Yeah.
That's what we got to get back to, man. We done veered off into some other type shit, man. This shit fucking our people up, man.
Yeah, for sure.
This shit fucking us up, man. I'm one day I'm gonna go on Facebook and I'm gonna make the argument that black consciousness has set us back in the last 10 years.
I could have told you that.
They the new slave mouth.
Had wearing bean pie selling motherfuckers ain't did shit for a nigga. I could have told you that.
Yeah, they the new
only thing they do is pounder for pussy.
They the new Jim Crow. They the new Jim Crow. The new conscious black community is the new Jim Crow.
That niggas back, huh?
They'll hang you for the white man get to you.
Facts.
You ain't bullshit.
They'll attack you. They'll put together a campaign to bring you down. They'll shut your business down. And they don't offer no protection for the black woman in the village. The conscious community offers no protection for a single black woman with a daughter that want to be conscious.
Damn, that's heavy.
They can't offer no protection because they outside with the panhandling asking for donations for everything they got going on. They ain't organized. You know, they strategizing and they trying to manipulate the next person. They ain't out here. They ain't got nothing going on that is self-sustainable. Everything is based on somebody else giving them a donation. You know what I'm saying? They damn near like the hump. They might as well be on Skid Row.
It's still out here that's still doing it for the right reasons, though. Everybody ain't doing it
right. It's no. Don't get me wrong.
I don't know now, nigga that's conscious and doing some shit out in the streets for the right reasons.
Ooh, you crazy as hell. How you doing?
I don't know if it's it's a difference between the conscious. I'm talking about these popular ass conscious niggas versus somebody grassroots. Now, if you like grassroots, that's a difference. But all these people that's out here with these social media platforms or whatever want to be famous and all that kind of stuff or whatever the case may be. I've been still trying to find me. You don't even see these niggas out here selling bean pies no more. They on the internet, you know what I'm saying, showing their ass or whatever, and they competing with people that's in a whole totally different lane and a whole totally different bracket, to be honest. You know, and it's like at this particular point, it has been watered down because it's no actual structure.
Right.
So that's the reason why, even with like someone like Charleston White, that's why you can't do nothing but love this man, because them niggas been wearing them suits and them bow ties and them goddamn kufi hats all this time. And you will see their influence on social media. But when you leave social media, what are they actually doing in the community? Don't ask me for no donation and talking about you doing something for the people when you need me to come up out my purse to help you help the people. You ain't doing shit for me.
I ain't seen nobody from the conscious community check the gangbangers. I ain't seen now killing. I ain't seen now killing where nobody from the conscious community went to the neighborhood and said, "Say, homie, you niggas wrong, and we finna go to war with you niggas." See, until somebody from the conscious community kill a Crip or blood or a Crip in the blood, see, we got to go to war with them niggas, homie. We literally got to draw a line in the sand and say, you niggas are enemies. And I've never seen nobody from the conscious community declare the Crips and Bloods an enemy to black people.
They scared.
So that's why I don't take none of them niggas serious. And I've watched every police shooting. I've never seen nobody show up from the conscious community ready to die behind a police shooting.
Because I want to segue into that. I'm glad you went there, Charles, and you reading my mind.
Let's go ahead. Get into
For those who listening and watching, I know you've been following Charleston White, and you follow me also, and you know about my son and the police situation. You also heard Charleston speak on helping a friend out whose son was murdered by the police and whose son murdered the police. Well, that's me. You know what I'm saying? That's who he's speaking on. And I know you heard about Charleston when he was kidnapped and stripped of his rights by the Fort Worth Police Department. Yet that was because of his situation with me and my son and him sacrificing himself and helping me and my family. So he ain't lying. A lot of motherfuckers who supposed to have showed up didn't show up. Some did, and I give credit to those who did, but it should have been way more. It should have been way more. I ain't meet Charleston face to face until that happened. We was just, back and forth on Facebook. He reached out to me when I put the call out on Facebook and said, "Hey, these white folks, they applying pressure. They mad. My son done murdered the police officer. They sending death threats through social media, the mail. They got my number. The police riding by my house. Crackers riding by my house." He reached out to me. He said, "Hey, I'm gonna come over there, man. I'm gonna help with security." That's what he did. Didn't know each other. This man sat out in front of my house night after night doing security, sometimes by himself. "Charles, you want to come in?" "Nah, I'm good." "You need this?" "I'm good." "You want this?" "I'm good."
In my mind, homie, I'm ready to die for the people, because when you hear how they murdered this black mother's baby and this mama ain't got no answers. Well, nobody give her no answers. She can't see her baby. She can't go view the body. They done told the preachers she can't even have a funeral. We can't even get nobody to give us no money. So now, man, you mean to tell me ain't nobody ready to die? No, man, I did something to die for. I heard my nigga. So I in my mind, I'm ready to die for something. This is worthy to die for. Not only that, I'm in the bed with the police at this time, homie. I'm one of the community activists that they using to train for procedural justice to bridge the gap. So I'm telling this family, based on what they done trained us with this new procedural justice, they wrong. So you can't make me believe the Muslims ain't coming, the gangbanging niggas ain't coming. Homie, no, man, not for this family. I got a rude awakening after that. I lost all faith in the black conscious community. I started hating Muslims. I started hating gangbangers, nigga. You niggas will scare me. You niggas will threaten somebody. But nigga, when it's so, I start saying fuck George Floyd. I start saying fuck Breonna Taylor. Ain't nobody go do nothing. I start saying fuck our Tatiana Jefferson. Ain't nobody go kill no white people. So I started having to tell myself, fuck them people, so I don't go die. Because I ain't no nigga who can look at something wrong and not be convicted and act on it. So I had to go play a character. Because if I keep getting emotionally involved in this nigga, these white folk go kill me. Because I'm really with this shit. So I can't curl. I refuse to curl about black people, nigga, because I end up dead.
And for those who don't know, Charleston left my house on a security detail. Police pulled him over.
And I disappeared.
And he disappeared. They kidnapped him.
That's crazy.
I'm reaching out on social media. Where is mom at? What's his mama number? What we gonna do? Well, I called some people that I thought would have some answers. And then I was like, man, you know what? After he got out from that shit and he said the things he said, I don't fucking blame him.
That's heavy.
Niggas dropped the ball. Niggas dropped the ball.
Yeah. And
that's so unfortunate that it's like I'm teary-eyed and I done got emotional or whatever. But it's so unfortunate that when I see certain things, because I will see you. I don't like hoe ass niggas. I don't think they should slide. But it's like I would, even before we even did the show, like you posting the flyer or whatever, everybody came on with all this negativity and something to say. People don't understand, like, actually doing the work. You know what I'm saying? Actually being loyal and actually being able to, being willing. I say that, being willing to sacrifice something. Yeah. A lot of these people want to be able to be known, be famous. They want to be able to, like, you know, play around or whatever the case may be and keep it safe. None of these niggas want to be dangerous.
Baba Mean had a school, man. Baba Mean had a school. And I watched that nigga take every kid that Fort Worth Independent School District couldn't do nothing with and turn them into college students. I watched him take kids that the Fort Worth ISD couldn't do nothing with behavior-wise, academic-wise, and turn them into college graduates. When I got wind of who Baba was and what he do, man, I used to pay tithes to him every month. Drive from the east side, right over here off my car, and give whatever little $50, $60 a month. I committed to that. Nobody knew that. I never spoke on it. So to see all these niggas that talk that conscious talk and see my conscious brothers with the things that they got going on, and nigga, they struggling from they perspective and they point of view. I don't believe in none of that shit them niggas talk. Show me, nigga. Right. Show me your actions, nigga. Cause I don't believe nothing I can't see now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's why they my brothers, they be like, DeAsia, you gotta quit clowning the hotels. But I'm like, I'm clowning them hotels because, like, these niggas, they be conscious reading all these books and trying to tell you about 12 years of slave and what happened in 4000 BC and who built the pyramids, and we fucked up right here right now. You ain't showing me shit, so I don't want to hear about all of this miraculous things that you done read about.
When the last time you conscious niggas been to Walmart and stole something? I still, every time I go to Walmart, I switch the pork chop labels and put it on the brisket, and I get them $100 briskets for $20. When last time you niggas got over on the whiteboard? When the last time you stayed?
I don't trust a nigga. Hey, I don't trust a nigga that don't steal from self-checkout, bro.
Come on, man. What nigga? When the last time you just ran the red light? Fuck it, I ain't waiting. Just go.
Hey,
you got to out here.
I don't got no license. I be driving all over the country. I drove here to South Carolina, Florida. They be like, you better get a license. I don't give a fuck.
I ain't got no license, homie.
The license don't start the car.
I just got an ID for a time. I flew for a whole year with no ID.
No, but Charles, now I be on Brother Truth ass about them licenses though. Like, it's like I love my guys or whatever, but they be just out of control.
I ain't got no driving license. I'm gonna have a gun in the car and I'm smoking weed.
Hey,
riding all over the city.
You gonna do what you gonna do. Shit.
Brother
Right.
True, he do too much, dog. I just be we argue for days.
No,
I'm
I
like,
feel
dude,
that
get some
though, for
license.
real.
I'm not getting
He
that
know
bullshit. I'm
No, I
not so.
feel what you're saying.
He off the
But we-
grid. He like,
Hey,
I
man,
ain't conforming to none of
listen,
that. I'm
it was
scared. You know what I'm saying? Cause I don't
Yeah,
want.
because if you get it, they can take it from you. If you ain't got it, you ain't got to worry about losing.
yeah. But I feel that Preem know what's up though. I feel that about niggas not showing up because it was a stretch here in Detroit where we had a bunch of police killing motherfuckers, and you know what I'm saying. Like I'm straight grassroots with it, you know what I mean. And we was advocating, and you know I was working with the mothers, like you said. That's why I asked you the question about FBD's young mother. You know what I'm saying. So because I've worked with mothers who's lost sons and from killing the police. It was a 15-year-old here. His name was Damon Grimes. He got killed. You know what I mean? So I've been on the ground. So I know that these niggas ain't showing up. We supposed to have 1,000 niggas at them protests. We had 20 high school kids showing up, man. You know what I'm saying? We can't
The
do
real
that.
warriors. Yeah, the real brave hearts.
With their posters, you know, they showing up ready to tear something up. These grown niggas ain't nowhere to be seen. They ain't nowhere to be found. So I definitely understand, you know what I mean, how that go. You know what I mean? You out here for real, for real.
Have you noticed niggas in Fort? They ain't done shit. It's dead the motherfucker around this motherfucker.
What?
Dead.
Dead.
I would a Miller March at dead.
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 Don't nobody need to be marching no more anyway, because they're marching. This marching stuff be for the birds, and they be marching in them church shoes. I know they feet hurt. Like y'all, they be dressed up in them boots, and y'all marching or whatever, them slick ass shoes. But you know, when I had first moved down here in 2000, I first moved to Texas in 2005. It was interesting because Charleston say he be in Meadowbrook. That was the place that people was telling me I ought not go. It was Meadowbrook, Stop 6. It was I don't know what's Berry and Miller. Is that called Evans and all that? Berry, Miller, Evans.
Eastwood. Yeah, Eastwood.
Eastwood.
Uh-huh.
So you ain't supposed to be going over there if you don't know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't from around here, you don't need to be around there. So when I first moved here, Fort Worth was called Murderworth. That's what they used to call it. It was like Murderworth. But the crazy thing was
it earned its name. Yeah, it earned its name.
But see, here's the thing. The crazy thing was I did not understand this because I had one of the biggest fights in my life. I was over there on somewhere in Meadowbrook or whatever, Eddersville or Evansville. It was some street called that or whatever, somewhere. So when in Memphis, I'm from Memphis. So we had vice lords and GDs, right? So when I came out here, they have Crips. It was like a lot of Crips and Bloods, and it's like Fort Worth had the Crips, and then you had Bloods or something in Dallas or whatever. I didn't understand what the hell was going on because it's a little different or whatever. So when I moved out here, people will be like, don't go around, don't go over here, don't go over there. I don't understand, like with the Crip, like when I would be in Fort Worth or whatever, they'll call it like Murderworth. I'm starting to think that in 2005, if y'all could go back into that time frame, was that around the time when like a lot of those different gangs started to kind of like split up or disassociate themselves or claim certain neighborhoods? Because you know, like the Crip is more like a neighborhood type gang thing. So it wasn't.
They were gang. By the time 2005 came, gangbanging was dead in Fort Worth.
You saying by 2005 it was?
They were dead.
It had calmed down tremendously.
They were dead by the time 2000. When I came home in 1998, they were having Crips in the projects. By 2005, you got the emergencies. You know, that's when the 8 gangs and all them start to form in elementary schools. But from 98 to now, Crip and Bloods hadn't been a problem in this city.
Okay. But I just used to remember being on like every guy that I used to meet, he'll be spelling his words with two C's, and I was just like, okay, I knew. Like I like to use, I like to use my different alphabets or whatever, and he'll spell it like you can't say C and the K. You know what I'm saying? So I knew if he spelled truck this way, okay,
Yeah,
it's this way.
if you go back and get one of them niggas now, they make good boyfriends. Yeah,
Right
you go
now,
back and get one now. Yeah. No, they still write the letter like VACC. They just truck drivers now.
you sure ain't lying. You
Yeah, they
sure ain't
truck
lying.
drivers now. They all field workers. Now they much better men now. So it'd be all right. That's one of them dumb men you was talking about that don't know too much.
Yeah, because I was stupid too then. So
Yeah, they still stupid. They stupid with a job now.
yes, indeed. So
Hey,
let me
so
ask you this, Charleston. You said that I don't know, again, I don't know what interview it was, I just be watching. But I heard you say that gang banging was worse than slavery.
Yeah. Coming to what most people believe, slaves' life were preserved. Gangbangers don't preserve life. They wanted to maintain the health of a slave because they wanted him to live long and work hard and be stronger. They didn't beat on that motherfucker. The overseer did during work hours, but for the most part, the slave master wanted his horse to be fit and fine to work for the next day. They didn't just go out and kill niggas like they don't just go out and kill cows. They don't just go out and kill goats. They have a benefit for that livestock. There was a benefit for human slaves. They didn't just kill niggas. Gangbangers just kill niggas. As worse as the institution of slavery was, as inhumane as it was for Black Americans, Africans who was brought to America, when they got out the cotton fields, they was able to go back into the slave quarters and love on one another. They didn't go back to the slave quarters and start fighting, going across from slave house to slave house, destroying one another. So when you take on the mentality of gang banging with our existence of freedom, right? Because they didn't kill each other with the absence of freedom. We're killing each other with freedom.
It's cold-blooded.
So
freedom to a degree.
we got this game, right? And let's just say gangs were created for something positive. So was slavery. It just depends on who is telling the story.
Based on your perspective, how you look at it. Yeah.
There we go. So let me kind of stay. I don't want to lose focus on where I'm trying to go with this. So some say slavery was a necessary evil. We're saying gangs was created out of a necessity, a necessary evil to protect our communities, right? At some point, when do we say enough is enough? This ain't what we started. Yeah. We haven't. Mm-hmm. And what we've done, we've created a space where nobody can say anything about gang banging and be embraced by the people. First thing they gonna say is, man, the white man got us doing this. At this point, do we? When I got it, the white man gave it to us. He commercialized it. And he found a way to propagate it. He packaged it. Mm-hmm. And he made it a multi-billion-dollar business.
For sure.
Through commercialization.
Yeah,
right? They started making red LA Dodgers hats, but LA Dodgers don't have red uniform.
Fact. That's real shit.
They they started doing things like letting Snoop Dogg perform at the Super Bowl. And the whole theme of the Super Bowl is a Crip theme. One of the most destructive entities and organizations known to Black America. One of the most destructive entities and organizations known to Black America. It wouldn't be no difference than having a Ku Klux Klan theme for the Super Bowl. Throwing up the C, blue uniform, the Crip walking with the tan. They resold the seeds and re-commercialized it to our youth. They did that before our eyes. They also did it with colors.
So you don't think that could be flipped to a positive? Is, you know, seeing like because Snoop ain't gang banging per se. You know what I mean? As far as
Snoop got a body. Snoop and them kill somebody. Snoop don't have to gang bang. Crip is gang banging. You can't throw up a Crip, homie, and not say we go kill somebody. That C mean kill. You can't take 50 years of murder and say this is a stepping stone to joy. You talking about 50 years of murder, and you can dance. I don't know how you can transform Crip and Bloods to anything good.
So as far as hip hop period though, do you think there's any room for any kind of positive hip hop, any kind of, you know what I mean, conscious hip hop to, you know, have any kind of effect on the youth at a large scale? You know what I mean?
Hip hop is not ours. Hip hop is a tool. Hip hop is a tool that's used to control, hinder, and destroy Black Americans. And Black Americans can't even touch the knob. There's no more Motowns. There's no more Bad Boy records. There's no more No Limit records. There's no more Murder Inc. There's no more Death Row. Snoop Dogg don't own Death Row. He's just the face of it. Sony Music Group own the rights to all the Death Row music. Snoop Dogg don't own no rights to Death Row music. So how can we turn that positive when we don't even own it? We don't have no say so over the record stations. We're not the executive directors over the radio programming.
That's real shit.
We don't have anything to do with the marketing and the advertisement or sponsorships. We're just the consumers. We're the ones listening to it and dying by it. We're so low at the very bottom of it, we don't even have a say-so. We don't even have a say-so to who get to play the music for us. Every DJ around here is not from here. That's why don't nobody from here get paid. They bring in people from other places and they tell us what we like. We don't pick the music we like. So
do you think it's a way?
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, do you think it's a way that we can take it back? You know what I mean? Like, is it a way that we can re-grasp that? Because, you know, at the end of the day, we created it, so it's, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? It's always ours. Is it a way that we can kind of get that power back in hip hop?
No, you got to forget we created it with that white boy Ruben. Russell Simmons and that white boy and them created that. You can't take none back from the white man. You don't want to kill him. You can't take none back from him. You got to kill him to get it back. We not willing to kill. We not willing to go kill no record executive to get it back. We not willing to go do nothing to Sony Music Group for taking Michael Jackson music. As long as they let us listen to it, we all right.
No, I feel you. That's real shit. That's real spirit.
Dick Gregory said these microphones give us more power than industry. That's why he would get mad with certain people asking bullshit questions because he said, I ain't got too much time left on earth and you got me on here bullshitting me with these bullshit questions, nigga. When you know who I am and what I do, he used to get mad because he understood the power of a microphone.
Right.
We don't understand the power of the microphone yet. We think you need the beat to go with the microphone, and you don't.
Right.
I'm showing niggas the power of the microphone. Nigga, we can do what them niggas do without the beats. We saying the same shit, we just ain't making it rhyme.
For sure. But one of the reasons that I asked you that because you know, back in the early '90s, we had that little conscious wave. Was you influenced at all by like Public Enemy, KRS-One? Was you listening to that type of shit, or was it just?
Nah, I thought them was some bullshit. Yeah, I thought them was some bullshit niggas. Yeah, I ain't see no conscious uncles.
Okay, so you weren't hearing that Black Power, you know what I mean? That type of shit.
My uncle was a pimp. We just wore African symbols. We didn't know nothing about Africa. Yeah, wasn't nobody teaching us about Africa. Right. We just wore the symbols.
Right. Niggas had the medallions, you know, the hats and all that type of shit.
Yeah. I related to what I saw.
Okay.
The brothers from East Coast and Philly, they saw the Muslim brothers being strong. They saw the residue of what Malcolm had left behind. Right. We saw pimps and hustlers down here. So I related to things that I saw culture-wise. So I never took to we headed for self-destruction. We all in the same game. What's the mother, bro? I didn't understand consciousness. Because of the propaganda. By time, once we heard NWA,
it was a wrap.
Yeah.
Same.
Boys in the hood was always hard. Come talking to trash, they'll pull your car. Knowing nothing in life, but so now, homie, once we heard that, the vibration of those tunes and that energy being deposited off into our young spirits, I think that's the first generation of rebellion.
Yeah.
For our time.
But that's the
first. Yeah. That's the first youth rebellion, gangster rap.
But that's conscious too, in its own way. You know what I mean? It's just a different type of conscious.
I don't think that was conscious. Yeah, teaching me about strawberries, sucking dick, and all that. That wasn't conscious.
I'm talking about, you know, fuck the police. You know, I'm talking about fuck the police. You know what I mean?
But see, that wasn't conscious, right? Mm-hmm. Because we saying fuck the police, but we going to school participating in the DARE program. So it wasn't conscious because nobody who was listening to it was conscious. Mm-hmm. We wasn't receiving that as a conscious message.
I got you. Yeah.
We was receiving that all in the wrong way, because like I said, homie, I would have to go to school and participate in the DARE program. And who was teaching DARE? The police.
Yeah.
So I was having a conflict of interest with my engagement with law enforcement, because I didn't hate the police. My mother didn't hate them. I wasn't being taught at my home to hate the police. Nigga, they were heroes where I come from. My mama and them was heroes. We believe in calling the police from my household. So to take on that wasn't conscious, because now it's getting me to go against what my mother is teaching me. A woman who believed that if she's getting beat up, she's calling the police. If her house getting broke into, she calling the police. If she get pulled over by the police, she gonna do exactly what them people say do. She ain't go buck. So this is a woman go do exactly what they say do. For me to go against that was contrary, based off this music.
For sure.
Because what it did, it gave me a false sense of hate toward the police when I've never had no bad experiences by the police, hearing fuck the police. So how, you see what I'm saying? So it's indoctrinating me with a false sense of reality when the average black kid ain't had no problem with the police on.
That's true. I
That's
Not
encourage
that they listen to it.
if you going through like that, and that was a conversation that we've had before about protecting black women, and what a lot of black women do is in the midst of being harmed, they try to protect black men. You know, I'm gonna call the police on your ass if you do something to me. Like, you going to jail. You know what I'm saying? And matter of fact, if you hit me, I hope they be mad enough to come shoot your ass and get away with it. Like, that's how I'm set up. You know what I'm saying? Because don't put your hands on me. You know what I'm calling 911 immediately, because what's gonna happen is, let me go ahead and call the police, get your stupid ass locked up, instead of calling my uncle, my brother, my dad, and them that's gonna ride for me. And if they do something to you, they gonna get locked up. So I need them on the streets to protect me. I need the police to come do their job. Come lock his ass up if he put his hands on me. And a lot of women be like, oh, you know, I ain't gonna put the police in his life, but he blacked your eye. Call the police on that nigga.
Yeah.
That's how I'm set up.
I know some niggas will kill your daddy if he come over there and try to defend you. I know a nigga in jail right now. I know a nigga in jail right now killing his girlfriend daddy. I know some niggas will whoop your brother. Bitch, call your brother. All them niggas can get it. And to be ready to shoot up your mom in them house because they coming over there to defend your honor and protect you. If you love your family, you'll call the police on that nigga.
Exactly. And I love my black brothers, my black daddy, my black cousins enough to call the police on their ass so they could be out here with me, and to let the police do what the police is designed to actually do. I'm calling don't fuck with me. I'm gonna call the police on your ass. And because what a nigga
I love a black man, bro.
A nigga tell you he'll blow your brother ass off, your daddy ass off, and your cousin ass off, and he pull up in the yard. But when that white boy pull up in their yard in that police car, he gonna put his hands behind his back. He gonna surrender and damn near let him put his knee in his neck or some shit like that. That nigga is gonna he ain't gonna react the same way. So I'm gonna call the police. I'm gonna scare your ass. I'm gonna sit some boys on.
I done done it. Bitch, call your daddy. Bitch, call your brother. Bitch, everybody can die. And 911, and when I was here talking to the 911 operator, run out the house. Yeah, if I don't give a damn about her calling her brother. As soon as she called the 911 operator, nigga get up and scatter.
Go.
Hey, let's get into the trivia and the question of the day.
Yeah, we're finna get into let's get into the so we like to incorporate the school into the live show, because this all started from the hip hop school past and present actual group, and we just made it a live thing or whatever. So there was a post that actually stated that Tupac's Hit 'Em Up laid the blueprint for the violent rap beef trend that is unfortunately prevalent today. Do you agree or disagree with that?
I disagree.
Okay.
Yeah. Tupac Hit 'Em Up. Man, it was rap beef long before then, man. That Dr. Dre and Eazy-E, Ice Cube and NWA.
With no Vaseline.
Man, no Vaseline. Even LL Cool J and Cool Mo D. Now, even LL Cool J and Cool Mo D. Yeah,
that nigga Dr. Dre say he aiming at your White Sox hat. He was talking about shooting Ice Cube in the fucking head, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? They set the trend.
Yeah. Well, I kind of agree with the post. You know what I'm saying?
The Baby Gangster, that song Baby Gangster. Them was some with BG Knockout. Them was some pretty, I'm gonna get you kind of lyric.
Right. Yeah. I pretty much agree with the post in this sense of Tupac was so influential. You know what I mean? Like when that shit dropped, it was everywhere. Everybody loved the shit. And then so you know what I mean? It was he got so much influence that everybody was trying to emulate Pac. And that's what then you came with 50 with the, you know what I mean? Like to me, that was the first time I really heard niggas up on wax talking about really killing niggas, like really hitting niggas up like that. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
to that extent.
Y'all must forgot
you know what I mean?
Y'all must forgot about the banging on wax. The banging
Oh
on
yeah,
wax,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
The
yeah,
people
yeah,
blood,
yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, I did forget about the
man.
banging
Hold
on
up, man.
wax.
Hold up, man.
But you know what I'm saying? Like
Y'all
I say,
don't remember.
I just think Tupac was just so influential. It just took it to a bigger scale to where you had 50 Cent coming, you had niggas like that trying to emulate Pac. You know what I'm saying? And it just took off from there where niggas was talking about
Pac
real
just
shit.
grabbed the baton, bro.
But y'all
He just
saying,
grabbed a baton that was already there.
but what they
Man,
said
y'all,
is
hey, y'all must not be. Oh, hold on. By the time Pac started rapping, homie, gang banging coming to an end. When Pac started talking about hit 'em up in 94, 95, homie, have y'all forgot about when Ice Cube and NWA was going at it?
I ain't forgot. But to me, when you go back and listen, to No Vaseline, that was more on some silly shit, making fun of the niggas, talking about they got fucked by the record label and shit like that. Hit 'em up was on some nigga. We coming to kill you, nigga. You had got at us, nigga. We coming to get at you.
No,
You
man.
know what I
I'll
mean?
come hit 'em up with just I'll fuck your bitch. And woo, and nigga, this. That's
Nah,
all
go
that
back and
was.
listen to it.
But hold
Nah, it
on,
was
man. Listen,
mostly.
hold
Go
on.
ahead.
NWA made a
Go
whole
ahead.
album, 100 miles and running, talking about killing Ice Cube, Benedict Arnold. Man, they had skits. They had a whole album dedicated to talking about killing Ice Cube, huh? Y'all must be young. Yeah, y'all must be young,
I wish I
homie. You
was.
talking about?
I wish I was. I'm still young though. I'm still young.
But so now, homie, Tupac didn't birth this gangster shit, nigga. Ice Cube didn't do it.
Tupac was following their wave. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No. Tupac didn't get gangster until he got with Suge Knight. That's what y'all keep forgetting. Tupac didn't get gangster until that one song, homie, till he got with Suge Knight. Before then, it wasn't nothing gangster about Tupac.
I agree, because you actually have said before that Tupac played himself, and I was so hurt when Tupac had died because I was like, dude, you really a studious ass nigga. Like you poetic, you intelligent, you know how to dance, you know how to do poetry. You ain't no fucking gangster. You ain't no thug, and you went to running with this big ass nigga that put a little fear in your heart and make you feel like he gangster or whatever. You get to running with him, but you got heart. See, Tupac was a young nigga with heart, and because he was a young nigga with heart, it make you think he gangster.
Think about that, homie. He went to screaming mob. He went to screaming. He just couldn't say Pyru, but that's why he went to hollering MOB, because he would mob Pyru. So now he wasn't gangster. If you study who he was, if you study his transformation, that Hit 'Em Up song was the first time he talked gangster.
You hear that, Preem? You hear that?
It broke my heart when Pac died
gangster,
because
Preem.
I'm like, we lost that nigga.
If
he would have been able to live.
He ain't soft though. He
was soft.
No, it ain't about being soft.
Listen, homie, listen. He was just trying to fit in, but he was very much soft. He was loving. He was compassionate.
Okay, on that end, yeah, I don't doubt. I'm saying,
but he also had heart. Like he wasn't no.
That's what I mean.
Pushover ass nigga.
That's what I mean when I say soft, though. I ain't saying soft.
No.
Listen, he was a little boy. He was a little boy who grew up with his mama and his sister. That nigga was soft, homie. He just had heart, but he was soft and he wanted to fit in. You can be soft with heart.
Because it's
you can be soft with heart, homie.
Yeah, I'm a big soft motherfucker, but I'll beat you. Like, okay, for instance,
that's what I'm saying.
If somebody fuck with me, like I'm gonna beat you up, but I help you off the ground.
Compassionate and all that.
Say, homie, listen, he would let Suge Knight fuck over him, and he know he was getting fucked over. He let Suge Knight tell him, "Oh man, we go do a Death Row East," and you go. He knew he was getting fucked over. He was scared of Mob James and them too.
You hear that, Preem?
He was scared, man. He was scared of Mob James.
You hear that, Preem?
Hey, homie, listen. I got Tupac I got made nigga tattooed on me because of Tupac. It broke my heart when I realized this young brother was just like me, a scary little boy just playing gangster. A scary little boy just playing gangster, my nigga. It broke my heart. when I realized them niggas played on him. And he was over there trying to be gangster with a bunch of gangsters that was really gangster. That's why he got killed, nigga. He was playing gangster with some real gangsters. He thought Suge Knight was a gangster, and Suge Knight was a big old hoe.
Yeah.
He thought Suge Knight was a gangster, homie. That's why Mob James and them don't give him no respect. They don't give him no credit for nothing. Because he went to Holland M.O.B. Nigga, before then, wasn't nothing gangster about that nigga. I believe in God because of Tupac. He became my minister. He was I know everything about him, man. I read about him. I done talked to his family with the word nigga. They the one gave me the nod to take that word and get it trademarked. He wanted his family to do it, but they wouldn't do it. And he died. And they regret they didn't do it. I'm telling you, brother, he played himself, and man, I feel played by him. But I thought he was what he was claiming to be, but he wasn't. He was a revolutionary person, my nigga, with gangsters. That don't mix. He wasn't willing to kill his own. That's what made him soft. He wasn't willing to kill his own.
Hey, that's how we started the conversation. Can you be a rapper and a gangster at the same time?
Yeah, that's that.
You know,
I mean, that was some.
You see the result. You know what I mean?
That definitely was that. So
I'm still riding with Park though, man.
I know it's still, you know, I got Park on right now, so
I fuck
man.
with
I fuck with Park. We all fuck with Park. You know what I mean?
That don't mean nothing. See, y'all. See, this is the thing, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. The way y'all reacting, the way y'all reacting, what Charleston said about Pac and what I said about Pac is the same way that people be reacting about Charleston White. Y'all caught up in this nigga character. Y'all caught up in the character of who Pac is, and y'all not looking at who he was as a man. Like that nigga was doing nutcracker. He was in the nutcracker and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he was writing poems.
See, most people forget about what Digital Underground said about him. That was the real Tupac. By the time he got to Death Row, he done morphed into the character that he's playing.
Yeah. And he morphed into that character by way of desperation when he was coming up out of prison. And you know what I'm saying? The niggas tell you, I'm finna give you this, I'm finna fuck with you like this or whatever for your freedom or whatever the case may be. You don't understand. Ain't nobody trying to make it seem like Tupac is some pussy ass nigga. Tupac got heart. He got more heart than these niggas that's playing gangster. Tupac fucked up when he started playing gangster. He had the heart of a revolutionary. He had the heart of a grassroots person. He had the heart of the streets as far as putting in that work, as far as the people connecting with them. That gangster shit ain't about nothing. The being a gangster, that's the softest ass shit that you ever want to be, because you coordinate, you are assimilating yourself with a group of niggas because you scared. Are you okay? Are you tough enough to stand alone in the midst of wolves?
And Pac wasn't. And Tupac wasn't. And Tupac wasn't. Everything Pac was taught, homie, everything Pac believed in went contrary to everything he did with Death Row.
Yeah.
Contrary, homie, they did brawls bad. Nigga, they used to, come on, homie, they brutalized women.
Tupac wasn't raised like that.
They brutalized women in that camp. Nate Dogg was a serial woman beater. Whole bitches hostage. Nah, homie, come on, man. They used to do niggas bad over there. They used to do black people bad at Death Row. That wasn't Pac, fam.
I agree.
Yeah.
They show you a little clip in the movie, and you got to be one of those people that pay very close attention to detail. Suge tell him, come on, let's talk. And Pac thought they were finna take him in the room where they normally beat people up at. They give you an inkling of the fear he walked with every time he was over there with them niggas. Because they was maimed. No, they did niggas bad. And these was real killers. So much so they started killing each other. So much so they started killing each other, homie. Then they started putting plots on killing Suge Knight. That wasn't Pac. That's like me. That's me being with them California niggas in California, homie, and submerging myself in their world. I ain't from that world. at one point in time, nigga, I had started looking around and said, man, these niggas will kill me. These niggas will kidnap me. This before things go bad. This when things is going good. I had to tell myself and look at these homies, these niggas kill people.
Get the fuck on.
Why would I stay connected to this? These niggas kill people.
For sure.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't go make the same mistake Tupac made. I got the fuck away from them niggas. I ain't got the heart, homie, to be like them niggas. I got heart. I ain't got the heart to be like them niggas.
Yeah.
And that's what Tupac played itself.
For sure.
That's real.
Yeah, that's what Tupac. And so it hurt me to hear these niggas tell the story. And they don't admire Pac the way we did because they know he was trying to fit in.
Yeah.
They make it clear he wasn't about, nah, homie. The nigga that told Pac, there you go. The nigga that told Pac, there you go.
They sent them out.
They put that key in his back.
Yeah. Sent them out. Yeah.
That nigga that Pac jumped on was a real killer. Them niggas knew that. That nigga Pac kicked all in the face. Man, that nigga was a real killer. He came back that night. He came back that night, nigga, and killed Tupac.
Yeah.
Pac was playing. So that's what break my heart about our great beloved brother Tupac. We all get tricked, nigga, playing gangster. We all get tricked, nigga, playing gangster. Some of us get caught up in that gangster role and we can't exit the stage because we caught a life sentence. We got 75 years, so we can't exit this stage now. Nigga, we was able to exit the stage. Tupac got trapped in the road.
Yeah.
And it's not to take nothing from that brother, homie, but man, it break my heart, homie. We lost
It breaks
Tupac.
mine too.
No, I feel you.
It breaks mine too.
That's what, like, I embrace Pac more so for what what he, like, his love for his people, you know what I'm saying, more so than his music, because I was a young kid, you know what I'm saying, when his music was really popping, you know what I'm saying, 96, I was young, you know what I mean, but as I grew older and started to study, you know what I mean, because I did listen to it, you know what I mean, like, even as a teenager, you know, after his death, you know what I mean, still was listening to Pac, you know what I mean, so I did.
Same with Nip, homie. You know, same with Nipsey Hussle. Somewhat similar circumstances. A guy who has heart, but he don't have that kind of heart to play that part. When Big U tell the story about how when they was going to go pick Nipsey Hussle up to go get him that morning to take him so he can go be DP. So think about this, homie. Big U and them finna go do to Nipsey what we saw happen to Crip Mac. Black Sound come out and say, nigga, y'all ain't finna go do nothing to my brother. He fired a gun in the air. Or Big U grabbed a bat and assault Nipsey Hussle father. These are all factual accounts. So when Nipsey lose his life, he doing the same thing, homie. Back in the hood playing gangster. You can't come around here no more, homie. They say you is enforcing street rules. When you hear the backstory to who Nipsey Hussle is, homie, before he became Nipsey Hussle, that kid was supposed to have been a scientist. Working for Boeing. Working for Boeing somewhere, man.
I got hip
to get stuck in the road.
Man, I got hip to Nipsey for his community work before I got hip to him about his music, man. That building the STEM
Me
center.
too, homie. Me too. I used to see him on the news.
Real shit. He was an influence on one of my programs. I started a STEM program for the kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was an influence on that. No shit, no bullshit.
Yeah. And you know, he met a white guy, homie. He talk about it all the time. He met the white guy having drinks at the LA basketball game. That's who pulled him in with the Vector program, you know, that Vector project.
I thought that was the black dude.
So, nah, it was a white guy, homie. White guy, homie, good young white guy, homie. He met at the basketball game. Black guy came later, but him and the white guy was chopping it up. That's how he was able to break ground and start doing things with the LA Police Department. Homie, he was getting ready to go meet with them about some new gang intervention and prevention program that Monday. But I never heard his music. I heard his works.
Fact.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I don't
heard
even
about
like his
works.
music, to be honest. Like,
I like his music.
like
Though.
rap
I fuck
for
with his
real.
music though. Tough. I like his music. I ain't gonna lie.
It sound like he reading a book. I don't like his music. I like him as a person.
Nah, I was fucking with Nip back then because I was living in California when he first came out. So I was hearing that shit when he first came out, but he ain't really started doing the community work and all that shit until later on. And yeah, you know, Nip was a, you know, like you said, same thing. He was just like Pac. You know what I'm saying? They was both highly intelligent, brilliant. You know what I mean? They had a lot to bring to the world, period. You know what I'm saying? So it
just goes to show you how that street life stifles our youth.
Yeah,
right.
It stifles our youth, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what?
A lot of niggas is not sweet, man. We ain't supposed to be like this, bro.
Yeah. And it's like it's brilliant. Like we're brilliant people, but it does stifle us. And while we're on this subject,
I forgot, man. I gotta do another. I'm scheduled for another live, man.
Okay. So thank you. Listen, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We definitely appreciate you. We was at the end of the show anyway. We was just like, we went to Cadillacing.
What's the answer to the trivia question, Charleston, before you go?
Okay, what's your answer to the trivia question? The trivia question is
Eric B. and Rakim.
Who was the first rapper to call himself a gangster in his rhymes?
Nah.
Oh, it wasn't Eric B.
Oh, no,
Gangster.
Man, no.
Who was it, Pray?
LL Cool J.
LL Cool J.
On his song called I Can't Live Without My Radio, he say I'm a hip-hop gangster and my name is Todd.
Yeah, on the Crush Groove.
That's before Schoolie D. That's before Schoolie D. Just like
He walked in and cut the radio in.
Yeah, we went to Cadillacing or whatever.
Appreciate you, though, brother.
Partner.
Great show.
You know, thank you so much for joining us tonight, Mr. Charleston White. It has been a pleasure.
Okay.
You have a good night, and we finna tap in or whatever you got going on now. You finna be on Kwame Brown, ain't you?
Yeah, on the Bus Life. Yeah.
On Kwame Brown
on his channel. On Bus Life. Yeah.
Okay, we finna go and tap into that. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We finna jump in the comments and shit and see what y'all talking about. All right.
All right.
My boy.
All right. Peace.
All right. Yes, indeed. So, y'all make sure that y'all like this video, share the video, make sure that y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel.
To the channel, we got more.
Charleston White gave us more than we were expecting. We done ran into something else that he had going on where we didn't even know it. He didn't even know it because we was in the zone. We went to Cadillacing or whatever. We done threw our feet up or whatever the case may be. But I thank y'all so much for rocking with us. All of us thank y'all so much for rocking with us. And we have a whole bunch of things that's coming in the future. So y'all better make sure that y'all like, share, and subscribe.
Man,
big things popping. So y'all make sure y'all like this video, subscribe to the channel if you ain't done it already. Share this video. And like the agent said, we got a lot more shit coming. So stay tuned.
Yes, indeed. Any last words, guys?
And one more thing. If you got any business going on, you got anything want to type in with us, get with us on our email at hiphopschoolpastandpresent@gmail.com.
And everything is in
Black Power. Black Power, man.
If you would like to be a sponsor, whatever, everything is in the description. What's up, Reem?
Meet me in Phoenix last weekend in May. RBG Phoenix Music Explosion, man.
We'll be there.
Detroit.
There it is. Y'all have a good one.
Salute.
The Hip Hop School. Past and Present Podcast.